Have you ever wondered why some blessings seem to take so long to arrive, even when you try so hard? The tests we face are actually divine opportunities to shape our character and prepare our spirit for the abundance to come. In this video, we'll explore the 5 crucial tests that God presents us with before considering us worthy, revealing powerful signs that indicate you're on the right track. Get ready for a journey of self-knowledge and transformation. I'm James. My own search for meaning and purpose began when I was feeling lost, longing for a deeper connection with life. On this journey, I learned that there is immense value in sharing experiences and learning from others. Life is a proving ground where we are constantly challenged to grow and evolve. These divine tests are not mere difficulties, but opportunities that allow us to develop skills and qualities that are fundamental to our spirit. Every challenge we encounter is an invitation to transformation, a chance to get closer to our divine essence. When we understand this, we begin to see life in a new light, understanding that every situation has a greater purpose. The test of patience is one of the most crucial in our journey. We are often placed in circumstances that require us to wait quietly and confidently. It's easy to lose faith when results don't appear immediately or when signs of progress seem distant. However, it is precisely in this space of waiting that we learn to trust in divine timing. Patience teaches us to slow down and recognize that everything has a certain time to happen. When we manage to cultivate this virtue, we not only become more resilient, but also more connected to the universal wisdom that guides us. True patience is not just waiting, but having the certainty that even in the midst of silence, something great is unfolding. In this test of patience, we are often tested on our ability to stand firm in the midst of uncertainty. Every moment of anguish or frustration can be seen as an opportunity to deepen our connection with the divine. When we manage to remain calm and confident, we not only honor the journey, but also prepare ourselves to receive the blessings to come. Patience is a form of faith in action. It's the belief that what we want and need is on its way, even if we can't see it immediately. Are you ready to turn your patience into spiritual power? The 21-day spiritual challenge is your opportunity to deepen this virtue and connect with your divine essence. Discover how each wait can become a step towards your evolution. Don't miss this chance. Check out the link in the first comment. As we advance on our spiritual journey, we inevitably encounter the test of faith. Faith is not simply believing in something. It is a deep emotional and spiritual connection that drives us forward, even when the paths seem dark. During these challenging moments, we are confronted with our doubts and insecurities. These questions are part of the process of spiritual growth. By facing them, we have the opportunity to strengthen our faith, not only in a higher power, but also in ourselves. Faith becomes an anchor in times of storm. It is this trust that allows us to move forward, even when reason tells us to retreat. When we are called to trust, we are being invited to let go of the bonds of fear and embrace the possibility of what can be. Every step taken with faith is a step towards realizing our greatest potential. Faith feeds on personal experiences and testimonies. The more we allow ourselves to experience moments of surrender, the more we strengthen this connection. These tests, therefore, are not mere trials, but invitations to deepen our virtues. Patience and faith are fundamental, not only for overcoming challenges, but also for becoming higher versions of ourselves. By accepting these tests as part of our journey, we find a greater purpose in each challenge, turning our struggles into opportunities for growth and enlightenment. Faith is one of the most important pillars in our spiritual journey. We are often confronted with situations that test our belief, leading us to face doubts and uncertainties. This experience, although challenging, is a valuable opportunity to deepen our connection with the divine. When we are faced with moments of uncertainty, such as losing a job or being estranged from loved ones, it is natural to ask, "Why is this happening to me?" However, instead of allowing fear and doubt to overwhelm us, we must remember that each of these challenges has a purpose. They are invitations to strengthen our faith and trust in the greater plan. In my own career, I have experienced periods when faith seemed distant. I remember a time when everything seemed to fall apart. Financial difficulties and troubled relationships tested my patience and resilience. However, it was in this moment of vulnerability that I found the strength to reconnect with my spiritual essence. The act of surrendering to uncertainty and trusting in something greater brought me comfort and clarity. I learned that faith is not just believing that something good will happen, but also trusting that, regardless of the circumstances, we are being guided and protected. The test of faith teaches us that the true connection with the divine deepens when we are able to open up, even when the answers seem distant. This invites us to cultivate a daily practice of prayer or meditation, where we can express our concerns and, at the same time, tune into inner wisdom. I encourage you to create a space in your life for this practice. Set aside a few minutes every day to connect with your essence and with the divine. The clarity and peace that arise from this space are transformative. Generosity is another significant test we are presented with. In a world that often values accumulation and possession, we are challenged to give up what we have, be it time, resources, or love. Generosity is not just about material donations, it is a state of mind. When we choose to share what we have, even on a small scale, we open the door for divine abundance to flow into our lives. From my own experience, I've realized that acts of generosity, even the simplest ones, bring deep satisfaction. I remember a time when I decided to help a friend who was going through difficulties. By dedicating my time and resources to supporting him, I not only transformed his life, but also my own. The feeling of making a difference and serving others is unparalleled. I invite you to reflect on how you can be generous in your life. It can be as simple as offering a word of encouragement to someone in need, or taking the time to listen to a friend. These gestures, although small, have a profound impact and connect us to the essence of divine love. When facing the test of generosity, remember that true abundance comes not from how much we have, but from our willingness to serve and share. When we open ourselves up to giving, we create a cycle of blessings that not only benefits others, but also enriches us spiritually. May you find joy in every act of generosity, realizing that by giving, you are actually receiving much more in return. The test of humility is a transformative experience that teaches us to recognize our limitations and to look beyond ourselves. Throughout our lives, we are often confronted with situations that remind us of our fragility and the interconnectedness of all beings. This humility does not imply belittling oneself or having a negative view of oneself, but rather understanding that we are part of something bigger. When we allow ourselves to be humble, we make room for learning and collaboration. Instead of competing, we learn to value the contributions of others, creating a richer and more supportive community. This test challenges us to let go of ego and vanity, allowing the true essence of love and compassion to manifest itself in our actions. By practicing humility, we are invited to listen more and speak less, to learn rather than teach, and to serve rather than dominate. Moments of weakness can become opportunities for growth and connection, because by becoming more humble, we also become more approachable and loving. This virtue brings us closer not only to God, but also to our fellow human beings, creating bonds that sustain us on our journey. The test of forgiveness is one of the most profound challenges we face in our spiritual life. Forgiveness is not a simple act, and it often takes a conscious effort to release resentments that we have carried for a long time. The pain we feel from offenses can imprison us, but forgiveness offers us the key to true freedom. When we are called to forgive, we are invited to look inside ourselves, to confront our emotions, and to understand that forgiveness is first and foremost an act of self-love. By forgiving, we not only free those who have hurt us, but we also free ourselves from an emotional weight that can prevent us from moving forward. Forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves, allowing inner peace to flourish in our hearts. This process can be challenging and sometimes painful, but it is a worthwhile journey. Each step taken towards forgiveness brings us closer to the light, allowing our soul to expand and become more receptive to the blessings that life has to offer. When facing these tests, it is essential to remember that we are all evolving beings. Every difficulty faced, every lesson learned shapes us and prepares us to receive what God has in store for us. Humility and forgiveness are not just virtues, but paths that lead us to a fuller and more meaningful life. By embracing them, we become not only more deserving, but also more connected to the divine that dwells in each of us. Every test we face on our spiritual journey is a valuable opportunity for reflection and self-knowledge. When we encounter challenges, we should stop and try to understand the lessons being offered. These moments of introspection not only help us decipher the purpose of each situation, but also allow us to grow and evolve on our journey. It's essential to ask ourselves, what is this test trying to teach me? What changes do I need to make in my life? This reflective approach helps us turn difficulties into wisdom and become more aware of our actions and reactions. When we look at these tests from the perspective of reflection, we find a path to self-discovery. Often, the difficulties we face are mirrors that reflect our deepest beliefs and patterns of behavior. By observing our reactions, we can identify areas that need attention and healing. For example, if a test makes us feel angry or frustrated, it's a sign that we need to explore these emotions and understand their roots. This awareness allows us not only to overcome the test, but also to become more whole and authentic. In addition, reflecting on tests helps us to cultivate empathy. By understanding that we all face similar challenges, we develop a deeper connection with others. This solidarity is fundamental in our spiritual journey, as it reminds us that we are not alone. When we find a greater purpose in our difficulties, we are more inclined to help others in their struggles, creating a network of support and love in our community. The importance of perseverance is one of the pillars that sustains our journey. Perseverance is not just the ability to keep going, but the strength to maintain faith and values, even when the tests seem unbearable. It's easy to become discouraged in the face of difficulties, but it's precisely in these moments that our true spiritual strength is revealed. Perseverance teaches us resilience, the ability to get up after falls, and the determination to keep going, even when the path is challenging. Standing firm on our principles during tests is essential for the transformation we seek. Each obstacle overcome brings us closer to our highest essence and prepares us to receive the blessings to come. True transformation occurs when we learn to see tests not as punishments, but as opportunities for growth. When we adopt this mindset, we begin to realize that life is a continuous process of learning and evolution. In addition, perseverance gives us a broader view of situations. When we persevere, we can see beyond the immediate, allowing wisdom and clarity to guide our decisions. This broader vision is fundamental so that we can act in line with our greater purpose, recognizing that each test is part of the divine plan for our lives. So, as we face the challenges that life throws at us, may we reflect on the lessons they bring and cultivate the perseverance needed to continue our journey. Each step taken with faith and determination brings us closer to the blessings that are waiting for us, preparing us for the next phase of our spiritual evolution. Recognizing God's signs in our lives is a fundamental aspect of our spiritual journey. Often, we are so immersed in the difficulties and challenges we face that we become insensitive to the subtle messages the universe sends us. These signs can manifest in a variety of ways, from everyday events to unexpected encounters, and each one carries a lesson or a direction that can guide us on our path. One of the first signs we should pay attention to are significant coincidences. When something happens that seems beyond chance, it's important to stop and reflect. These synchronicities often indicate that we are aligned with what God wants for us. For example, if you are going through a moment of doubt and suddenly meet someone who shares a message that resonates deeply in your heart, this can be a clear sign that you are being guided. In addition, the feelings and intuitions that arise within us are essential. Often the answer we are looking for does not lie outside of us, but within. The voice of our conscience can manifest itself as a feeling of peace in a decision or a discomfort that alerts us to a path we shouldn't follow. Learning to trust and listen to this inner voice is a sign of spiritual maturity. When we feel that something isn't right, it's crucial to respect that feeling and investigate what it might be trying to teach us. Another important sign is the repetition of themes or messages. If you repeatedly come across a concept in books, lectures, or conversations with friends, this could be a calling. God often uses repetition to capture our attention and encourage us to deepen our understanding of a certain subject. This kind of sign is an invitation for us to take a closer look at the areas of our lives that need attention or change. The difficulties and challenges we face should also be seen as signs. Often, the most difficult experiences are the ones that offer us the greatest lessons. Instead of seeing a challenging situation as a punishment, try to understand what it is trying to teach you. Ask yourself, What can I learn from this experience? How can this help me grow? This change of perspective can open doors to deeper understanding and significant spiritual development. We can't forget about dreams and visions. Many spiritual traditions recognize the importance of dreams as tools of divine communication. If you have recurring or vivid dreams that have an emotional impact, take the time to write them down and reflect on their meaning. These messages can be a testimony to your inner concerns or direct guidance for your path. Finally, gratitude is a powerful sign that we are in tune with divine energy. When we cultivate a grateful heart, we become more receptive to the signs that God gives us. Giving thanks for small and large blessings helps us keep an open mind and a receptive spirit, ready to recognize and receive the lessons and guidance we are given. Recognizing God's signs is therefore an invitation to a greater connection with the divine. By developing the ability to see and hear these messages, we become more aware of our purpose and the path we are walking. These moments of clarity and connection are precious and help us navigate life's uncertainties with more confidence and faith. The path of gratitude is one of the most significant stages in our spiritual journey. When we overcome the tests that life presents us with, it is vital that, instead of just looking at the difficulties, we turn our gaze to what we have learned and the blessings that manifest in our lives. Gratitude is not just an emotional response. It is a practice that transforms our perception and connects us with the abundance that already exists around us. Cultivating a grateful heart teaches us to appreciate every small achievement, every lesson learned, and every person who has crossed our path. When we express gratitude, we raise our vibration and align ourselves with the energy of universal love and abundance. This shift in perspective is powerful. It helps us to see that every challenge faced was actually a step towards growth and evolution. We can often be tempted to focus only on the difficulties and losses. However, by practicing gratitude, we begin to notice the hidden blessings in the midst of adversity. For example, a moment of pain can teach us about resilience and inner strength. A disappointment can redirect us down paths we would never have considered, revealing new opportunities and enriching experiences. Gratitude allows us to transform pain into learning and loss into growth. To cultivate gratitude, it's important to establish a daily practice. Take a moment during your day to reflect on the things you are grateful for. It could be something as simple as a friend's smile, the warmth of the sun, or the beauty of a sunset. By practicing this exercise, you begin to reprogram your mind, moving away from focusing on difficulties and directing your attention to what really matters. In addition, it is essential to express gratitude not only internally, but also externally. Saying thank you is a powerful way of recognizing what we have received, whether from people around us or from the universe. This expression of gratitude not only strengthens our connection with others, but also attracts more good things into our lives. When we are grateful, we become a magnet for abundance, because the energy we emanate resonates with what we wish to attract. Another important aspect of the path of gratitude is acceptance. Accepting that everything happens for a reason, even if we can't immediately understand it, helps us to find peace in challenging situations. Gratitude teaches us to trust in the process of life and to believe that, in the end, everything falls into place. When we accept what life brings us and express gratitude for it, we make room for new opportunities and blessings to manifest. Finally, gratitude connects us to a greater consciousness. By recognizing the blessings in our lives, we begin to see beyond ourselves and understand that we are part of something much bigger. This connection inspires us to act with kindness and compassion, not only towards ourselves, but also towards others. When we are grateful, we become more generous, promoting a cycle of love and abundance that spreads around us. In short, the path of gratitude is one of the most powerful and transformative we can walk. It teaches us to see the beauty in every experience, to value what we have, and to prepare ourselves to receive even more blessings. By embracing gratitude, we are not only honoring our journey, but also opening ourselves up to the infinite possibilities that life